Fortnite in its current state is kind of under fire right now. With the release of Chapter 5 Season 3, with a very heavy focus on car fights, you either love the season or absolutely hate it. But I won't be talking about the new season today. I'm going to be speaking about something else that has been an issue for a good while now, but is still a problem and clearly needs to be brought up again because it seems any criticism of it just falls on deaf ears. So Fortnite prides itself in its cosmetics. Skins, pickaxes, emotes, all of it make up Fortnite's identity, and I even stand by the opinion that this game would be nowhere near as popular if it just stuck with default skins. While Fortnite is a free game, the main selling point are the skins, and they do a damn good job with them. However, Epic Games also revels in exclusivity and FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. I've discussed this in detail in a previous video, and I explained that exclusivity is kind of baked into everything cosmetic related in Fortnite. Whether it's the Battle Pass, the crew subscription, console exclusives, the starter packs that are only available for a single season, the level up quest packs that are only available for a single season, and of course the item shop too. By the way, use code Rxocky if you'd like to support me. The Fortnite item shop has pretty much been around since the beginning. The shop is daily, it resets every 24 hours and items rotate in and out. You never know what's going to be in the shop, and so you're kind of inclined to check it every day in case something you really want is in there. However, since the beginning of Chapter 5 and even Fortnite OG, the daily shop has been absolutely horrible. Okay, well, to be fair to Fortnite OG, it was only really bad because it went back to the really small shops, so limiting the options. But they were good in the sense that fresh items were guaranteed to be available at reset. No two shops looked exactly the same. I can't say the same for Chapter 5. The Chapter 5 shops so far, and bear in mind Chapter 5 has been around for 6 months now, have felt AI generated and it feels like nothing changes. The shop just doesn't feel human like it used to. There's constant errors like the Heartbreaker jam track being confused for the skin, the Blaze glider being confused for the skin, Surf Witch, Skull Trooper, Wukong, Beef Boss all appearing in the same shop twice for no reason. These aren't human errors. It seems that the layoffs Epic Games had when they got rid of 16% of their company had got rid of the team or the person that was responsible for the daily rotations, and so they've resorted to AI. Let's not even get started on the 30-day rotations. Nothing older than 30 days would appear in the shop, and so it was just a constant recycling of the same boring stuff. All of this, along with incomplete bundles and so many other things, just make the daily shop not worth checking at all. As a company that's this massive and successful, this is just not on. You may make the argument, oh, why do you care so much about cosmetics? They don't affect the gameplay. Why do you want to give your money to Epic? Well, it's like I mentioned earlier, this game just doesn't work without cosmetics. Every person you know that plays Fortnite or used to play Fortnite somewhat regularly has spent money on this game. I guarantee you there's not a single person who likes rocking a default skin. Cosmetics are a really good way to express yourself in game, and if they look as good as what the designers on Epic Games are making, then it's worth investing in them. They enhance the experience, provide a sense of individuality, and keep the game visually fresh and exciting. Chapter 5 introduced LEGO Fortnite, Rocket Racing, and Fortnite Festival. 3 whole new game modes, which of course come with their own set of cosmetics. Because of this, the item shop has been very cluttered and is just kind of an eyesore. The community has suggested on multiple occasions that the current UI is ugly and we should have separate shop tabs for these game modes. What did Epic do? Completely ignored this and instead changed the tab name from item shop to just shop, essentially doubling down. And you'll notice that Epic is starting to do this a lot. They're doing the YouTube strategy where they'll make a bad and unneeded update and then just ignore all criticism until the mob dies down and people just have to suck it up. YouTube does this all the time, notably when they removed the dislike count on videos. Literally nobody asked for that to happen, they did it anyway. People were unhappy and complained until they realized they were just wasting their time. Epic pulling stunts like YouTube is just disappointing because Epic Games used to be that one company that actually felt like they listened to us. But as they continue pushing for this whole metaverse thing, it seems corporate greed has taken over and the player base just doesn't have a say in things anymore. If they really want to push this metaverse thing, then why are the shop resets still this horrible? At first we thought it was LEGO. Only cosmetics that are compatible with LEGO will appear in the shop, but that's only true for like half of the items. There'll be a random outlier sometimes that doesn't have a Lego style, or they'll bring back bundles like the M&M stuff, which is in the shop currently at the time of this recording, which has its own tab, yet still isn't compatible with Lego. What they're putting in the shop is just selective and not dependent on Lego at all, so what gives? I don't know if it's just me, but it just doesn't make sense to enforce exclusivity on things in the item shop which aren't even advertised as exclusive. When Epic Games was sued by the Dutch government for using unfair commercial practices aimed at children, how was this not a wake-up call for them to realize the shop is weaponizing FOMO for no reason and it's just not cutting it anymore? Their solution to this was so half-assed too. They added a single line of text that shows when an item will leave the shop, which just doesn't change anything at all. It's like they wanted to sweep this under the rug so they can continue with their scummy practices. It truly baffles me that they'll go through the effort of removing rarities and all this other stuff that added to the charm of Fortnite for the sake of, oh, it's outdated, and won't bother changing the most outdated system of them all. The daily shops worked back in the day when we didn't have that many cosmetics. Returning items and exclusivity worked back then because of the small amount. This doesn't work when we have thousands upon thousands of items, so many of them just not seeing the light of day. The Star Wand pickaxe, which I know is corny to use and is seen as like the sweat pickaxe, it's clearly very popular. Pickaxes are only compatible with Battle Royale. It's not used in the other game modes, so why hasn't it returned in nearly 200 days? What valid reason do they have? Kratos, he was in the API for God knows how long. He's the god of war, and so it made sense to bring him back during last season because of the Greek mythology theme. So many dates, like April 20th, we thought would be the best time for them to bring him out, but they just didn't. The popular demand was insane, but they didn't do anything to capitalize on that. So many other collabs too. Resident Evil, Street Fighter, Arcane, the DC skins. Where are they? Epic Games, if you really want a metaverse and want to really full send this, why is your shop still so ass? Do you want my honest solution? Scrap the daily shop rotation altogether. Have a marketplace instead. Have every single cosmetic available to purchase at any time. They're not going to lose money over this. They're just giving more options and allowing people to get what they actually want whenever they want. Have it similar to Roblox. If you have enough currency for an item, you can just search it up and buy it like that. Granted, Roblox has had this since the very beginning, but it has never once not worked out for them. Epic can still push out new cosmetics and keep them at the top of the shop. The system can still work. It doesn't need this daily nonsense anymore. Quite frankly, I'm tired of staying up until 1 AM just to be disappointed by the new shop rotation. Of course, it's not like Epic is holding me at gunpoint to do that. That is entirely my decision. But if you didn't have exclusive and FOMO undertones with your shop items, I wouldn't even have this urge to check. I'm not saying you can't have exclusivity. There's so many things you can still keep exclusive, like the starter packs and the console exclusives. Those are fair and make sense. You know what? Keep the battle pass exclusive for all I care. Just stop forcing exclusivity on things that don't need it. A good example of this was the OG Black Widow skin. It didn't return for over 1,600 days for no explainable reason, but randomly showed up in the item shop during Fortnite OG. And guess what? All of that talk about rarest skin in the game was gone just like that. It's just treated like a regular skin now, like it was designed to be. A metaverse doesn't work with exclusivity. It just doesn't. Fortnite, you've cooked up some amazing cosmetics that people have been waiting to buy for months and even years. Just allow people to get what they want. You'll still make a profit and your player base won't be bickering in your ear on a regular basis for skins to return. The daily shop in 2024 is an outdated system and everyone agrees that they would like to see a change.